and gentlemen, it's all over for Uddhav Thackeray for now. That's what it seems like. Because after losing Shiv Sena's party and Satta, today came the final blow for the Uddhav Thackeray faction. Piercing Uddhav Thackeray's hope, the poll panel armed the Shinde faction with the pehchan of Balasaheb's Shiv Sena, that is the symbol, bow and arrow, which the Election Commission's ruling has reduced Uddhav Thackeray to a mere paper tiger, calling it a win for ideology of Balasaheb, who is revered as Hindu Hriday Samrat. A jubilant Eknath Shinde, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, said that truth is finally out. While Deputy Chief Minister Fadnavis congratulated and branded Shinde as the biggest bhakt of Balasaheb Thackeray, take a look at what transpired earlier this evening.
चुनाव आयोग ने जो निर्णय दिया है उसका मैं स्वागत करता हूं। ये लोकशाही का विजय है। हिंदू हृदय सम्राट बालासाहेब ठाकरे जी, धर्मवीर आनंद दिघे जी, इनके विचारों का विजय है। और मेरे साथ मैंने जो भूमिका ली, उसके साथ जो 50 विधायक और 13 सांसद, हजारों लाखों कार्यकर्ता, पदाधिकारी, शिव सैनिक, ये इनका विजय है। और इसलिए मैं चुनाव आयोग को धन्यवाद।
देखिए, ये पूरी उम्मीद हमको इसलिए थी क्योंकि आखिर इलेक्शन कमीशन को उनके पुराने फैसलों के आधार पर चलना पड़ता है। और इससे पहले अलग अलग पार्टियों में जब विभाजन हुआ तो इलेक्शन कमीशन ने इसी प्रकार का फैसला किया है और अलग अलग इलेक्शन कमिश्नर से इसी प्रकार का फैसला किया है। इसलिए हम लोगों को ये उम्मीद थी कि उसी प्रकार का फैसला हमारे बारे में भी आएगा।
हो आगामी निवडणुकांमध्ये याचा फायदा होईल या निकालाचा?
100% फायदा होईल। कारण आतापर्यंत एक संभ्रम होता की खरी शिवसेना कोणाची, आणि म्हणून अनेक लोक, विशेषतः अनेक शिवसैनिक,
Well, obviously, Uddhav Thackeray disappointed with the decision, and probably courts are the next destination for this entire battle. But joining me on the debate tonight, Shiv Sena, spokesperson of the BJP, Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst, Sameer Desai, leader of the Shiv Sena Uddhav camp, and Krishna Hegde, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, the real Shiv Sena, which today gets the bow and arrow. Sameer Desai, my question to you, it's all over. It's now the decision of the Election Commission. Does it really show a tectonic shift in the politics of Maharashtra? Is the Uddhav Thackeray camp, which once called itself the real Shiv Sena, is it today facing the reality?
Navika, let me primarily tell you that today's verdict, today's order of the Election Commission is unfortunate, bad in law, draconian, but at the same time expected. Navika, fortunately for us, there is a much larger court in the democratic setup of this nation, and that is the court of the public. We have time and again said, and my leader today has openly thrown a challenge to the incumbent government, that this incumbent government has been successful in hijacking the name. Although this matter will be challenged in the court of law, and we are very optimistic that the court of law will take the right course. However, for the time being, let us presume that they have succeeded in hijacking this Shiv Sena name, the symbol, our MLAs, the MPs. They have succeeded in getting Modi ji twice to Mumbai in the last 2 months. I, as an activist of the party and as a supporter of Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, challenge the incumbent government to at least ensure and declare the dates of at least the Mumbai Municipal Corporation tomorrow or in the days to come. This is the line, this is what the Mumbaikars are waiting for, and in case the incumbent government was waiting for all this to happen,
well,
they have
so let me ask Mr.
This.
Krishna Hegde. Mr. Krishna Hegde, now that you get the symbol, is the announcement on the municipal polls going to be next, number one? And number two, you're being accused of hijacking everything. How do you respond to that charge of hijack despite a long reasoned out judgment that has come through the quasi-judicial hearings that the Election Commission has held?
Navika ji, let me first tell you that this is the victory of the ideology of Hindu Hridaya Samrat Balasaheb Thackeray ji. It is also a victory for the ideology of Dharamveer, Karamveer, Anand Dighe ji. It is actually a victory for the people of Maharashtra, who in 2019 gave a mandate to the combined BJP Shiv Sena combined and voted them to power. It is then that Uddhav ji decided to join hands with the NCP and the Congress, which his late father, Hindu Hridaya Samrat Balasaheb Thackeray ji said कि अगर मुझे कभी भी कांग्रेस या राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस से हाथ मिलाना पड़ा तो मैं मेरा दुकान बंद कर दूंगा. These were his exact words. But Uddhav ji, I don't know for what reason did this and joined up with the Shiv Sena, with the NCP and the Congress. However, Eknath Shinde ji and all the other MPs and MLAs prevailed upon him to reconsider his decision and move out of the Mahavikas Aghadi alliance, which he did not. And however, after that, Eknath Shinde ji took a bold step and he moved out with 40 MLAs, total 50 MLAs, 13 out of the 18 MPs, corporators,
Bold step after 2.5 years.
8 to 10 state presidents. And how can you call that a hijack?
Exactly my question, Samir Desai. They have more MLAs, they have more MPs, they've got the symbol, they are running the government, and it's all happened on the floor of the House. How do you call this a hijack? Would you want to explain? Are you a bad loser?
Am I to respond to this?
Yes, sir.
Navika, you remember Uddhav ji telling time and again that when such a matter of such importance and such magnitude is pending before the Supreme Court of the country, and that too before the constitutional bench, when it is a matter of constitutional interpretation, he had requested the Election Commission, asking them to refrain till the time this matter is disposed of by the Supreme Court. Navika, going into the legalities of it, what happens tomorrow in case if these 16 members are decided by the court as ineligible? What happens to this, then the decision of the Election Commission in wake of the Supreme Court order then? So I believe, and not only me, as I said, the people of Maharashtra believe that this was a well-hatched conspiracy. I give them the credit to hatching this conspiracy so well to this an extent. I give them the credit. But as I said, this is just the beginning. The end, the result of this will be in the court of the people, and that is exactly, I'm not going into the legalities of it. Because if I go into the legalities of it, if I was not heard by the Election Commission, I'm certainly not going to be heard on Times Now.
Well, I'm not a court of law and I don't pretend to be a judge hearing your case. But Tuhin Sinha, how do you respond? Yeah. Questions on the Election Commission are pretty regular these days. But the fact of the matter is, if the matter is pending before the Supreme Court, what was the hurry?
Good evening, Navika ji. First of all, this is a victory for the people of Maharashtra and all those who betrayed Balasaheb's ideals by allying with his enemies have today lost their namo nishan, as they say. Now, when they talk about courts, see, I think, this is the only face-saving device they have. There is no, it simply doesn't have a case. Even today in its ruling, in its 78-page ruling, the Election Commission has very clearly mentioned precedents based on which the current ruling has been arrived at. And they include cases of LJP in a similar situation. They include cases related to AIADMK. So first Uddhav Thackeray should at least read the report before carrying out his rhetoric. Secondly, I think in the very first place, it is very clear that it was Uddhav Thackeray who had betrayed the mandate by going against Balasaheb's ideals, by allying with his political force. Today, if 80% of his MLAs have restored the original party, I think it is a victory for both BJP and the original Shiv Sena, which is anyway today regarded as Balasaheb Shiv Sena.
Well,
So
I want to bring Tehseen Poonawalla to your notice what the Election Commission has said in this matter. The Election Commission has said that the current constitution of Shiv Sena is undemocratic. It has been mutilated to undemocratically appoint people from a coterie as office bearers without any election. Such party structures fail to inspire confidence. EC has also stated that the constitution of Shiv Sena was amended in 2018 and not even submitted to the Election Commission, which they should have. Amendments had undone the act of introducing democratic norms in the party constitution of 1999 and brought by late Balasaheb Thackeray at the insistence of the commission. Now, they changed everything, did it surreptitiously, and today calling the Election Commission names.
Okay. So this happened in 2018, but the present Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, while enjoying fruits of power for 2.5 years, did not deem it fit to go to the Election Commission or to a court of law to challenge it. Who's challenged it? Uddhav Thackeray ji in a court of law in the Supreme Court. It's before a constitutional bench of 7. And what Samir is saying is absolutely right. When tomorrow the constitutional bench says, what is the matter before the constitutional bench? That Eknath Shinde ji and the rest of the Shiv Sena Sainiks have violated the 10th schedule of the constitution. Now let's say this Honorable Supreme Court constitutional bench says, yes, they violated it. That means this party is not split. That means Eknath Shinde is a rebel. Now when the Supreme Court says it, what happens to this decision? Therefore, one constitutional body should not interfere when the highest court of our land is hearing the matter.
But then
of a
let me
constitutional
give the
bench.
other reasoning that the domain of the Election Commission really is the, it's their function to give party
So they
symbols.
could have
And if
waited-
there is
they
an
could have waited till the
election
Supreme Court
coming
decision
and matters are still going on in the Supreme Court, should all democratic activity come to a
How did the
standstill?
last
Well,
election happen? How did the
there
last
are many,
election
many
happen?
questions.
The last election
The
happened?
matters are definitely headed to the courts of law. What happens there? Difficult to say. But if you look at this order of the Election Commission today, then there's a tectonic shift, at least for now, as far as Maharashtra politics is concerned. Eknath Shinde, the real Shiv Sena with the bow and arrow, but Uddhav Thackeray, the son of Balasaheb Thackeray, not the real Shiv Sena, not enough MPs or MLAs to support him. And that's how democracy functions. What do you do? Let's keep an eye on that story, which is definitely developing. But thank you very much for joining me on the News Hour tonight. To all my panelists, and thank you viewers for watching and joining me on the News Hour at 9. Good night, be safe, have a safe weekend.